All right, y'all. We did the formative assessment. We did the quiz. Y'all did fairly well on the quiz. Some of y'all did. Some of y'all need a little bit of work. Especially like you, Stanley, man. You just, I don't know, you need a little bit more work. You gotta pay attention to class. Everybody else did fairly well. Had 75 in the book. Actually, this she did okay. I gave her a few extra points. But I'm just saying she showed the work. She showed the work, so I gave her a few extra points. This actually was my highest average when I averaged everybody together. What's wrong with you? What? Really?
Yes. Who's that sign? That's Michelle.
Michelle, I think you made it 28. Or was that you?
I thought you made it 0. Okay.
I've never made a 0 in my life. I turn in my shit all the time.
Okay. All right. So look, today you're doing a performance task. It's just gonna sum up everything that we've been working on. So make sure y'all finish that. Do the best you can. This is a major grade. For some of y'all who failing right now, y'all definitely need this. All right. So go ahead and finish it up, turn it in, and that'll pretty much be it. All right. I'll also play a video if you need some refresher from over the weekend. All right. Get to it.
Yes, sir.
What's up? Get to it.
Brilliant gets you hands-on learn topics from everyday math to calculus and beyond. You'll solve fun problems and learn from clear, intuitive explanations. Brilliant has thousands of interactive lessons in math, science, and computer science, because studies show that interactive learning is 6 times more effective than watching lecture videos. With over 10 million users around the world, Brilliant is the best place to learn interactive. Get started for free at Brilliant.com.
Got any questions, feel free to ask.
Yes, sir.
In this video, we're going to look at the concept of multiplying fractions and mixed numbers. Let's look at the example below. We have half of a full pie left, and we want to take 2/3 of the half to equal. What fraction of the entire whole pie would you take to equal? Well, what we're doing here is we're taking 2/3 of the half. And to do that, we divide the half into 3 equal parts, and then we take 2 of those parts. And this amounts to 2/6 of a whole pie. And this example illustrates the fraction multiplication, 1/2 times 2/3. We end up multiplying the denominators 2 times 3 to make smaller piece sizes, which are sixths. But we also end up multiplying the numerators to make more pieces, 2 times as many. So our answer is 1 times 2 over 2 times 3, or an answer of 2/6. And as you know, 2/6 here is 1/3 of pi. And we also know that 2/6 reduces to 1/3. So out of this example, we get the rule to multiply fractions, multiply numerators together, and also multiply denominators together. Let's look at an example. Multiply 3/4 times 2/5. Here we multiply 3 times 2 to get 6 pieces. We multiply 4 times 5 to get 20, which means we're cutting our pieces into 20ths. So 20ths is the piece size, and 3 times 2 equals 6 pieces. Our result is 6/20ths, and we can reduce 6/20ths tenths, which was our reduced answer. In the second example, where 3696 reduced to 3/8, we can do the same thing here. We look for factors that are common to both numerator and denominator. Factors of 3 divide into both 3 and 3, giving us a 1 and a 1. And we can divide a factor of 2 into 2, giving us a 1, and divide a factor of 2 into 4, giving us a 2. Now what we have is 1 over 1 times 1/2 times 6/8. But we can see some more common factors. 2 divides into 2 one time, 2 divides into 6 3 times. Now what we're left with is 1 over 1 times 1 over 1 times 3/8. There really is nothing left to multiply. We just get 3 over 8 after we multiply numerators and denominators together. And that's our reduced answer. We can't reduce it anymore. We've done all our reducing ahead of time. So to simplify fraction multiplication, you may divide common factors from any numerator and denominator, and then multiply what is left. In this example, we multiplied 2/3 times 2/5 times 16/80ths, and we're going to do so by first canceling common factors. Okay, well, there's a lot of common factors here. Let's go through some of the bigger ones. 60 and 80 both share a common factor of 10. We divide 60 by 10 to get 6. We divide 80 by 10 to get 8. This leaves us with 2/3 times 2/5 times 6/8. We see that 6 and 8 both share a common factor of 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. This gives us 2/3 times 2/5 times 3/4. Well, remember, we can cancel factors out of any numerator and any denominator. 3 and 3 both share a common factor of 3. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once. Also, 4 and 2 both share a common factor of 2. 2 goes into 2 once, 2 goes into 4 twice. Now what we're left with is 2 over 1 times 1 over 5 times 1 over 2. We still can cancel out a factor of 2 out of the numerator 2 here and the denominator 2 there. Then all we're left with is 1 over 1 times 1/5 times 1 over 1. And that multiplies out to 1/5, our reduced answer. Now if we had not reduced ahead of time, we would have gotten an answer of 240 over 1200. And we'd have to do all kinds of reducing to get that final answer of 1/5. Now let's look at an example with a variable. Remember, a variable is just a symbol or letter that stands for a real number. In this case, y is our variable. We have the fraction 2 over y times y over 4. I use the dot instead of the times sign just because we're working with variables. The dot means multiply. Here, y and y share a common factor of y. Y divided by y is 1. Y divided by y is 1. Also, 2 and 4 share a common factor of 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So all we have left after we cancel is 1 over 1 times 1 over 2. And that multiplies out to 1/2. You can kind of see the value of canceling here. By canceling, we got rid of that algebraic variable. In algebra 2, we're going to be multiplying fractions that are a lot more complicated than in this last example. Here's an example: x squared minus 4 over x squared minus 2x.
Hey, once you're done, please turn it in to me.
This example, we would have to completely factor all the numerators and denominators and cancel out common factors just like we did. Okay, well, let's move on to multiplying mixed numbers. To multiply mixed numbers, convert the mixed numbers into fractions and then multiply the fractions. Then you can convert back to a mixed number if you want after you get your answer. Let's look at an example. Multiply 1.5 by 3 times 15 makes 45. 2 times 4 makes 8. So our answer is 45 eighths. But we can convert this back to a mixed number by dividing out 45 by 8. 8 goes into 45 5 times with the remainder 5. So our mixed number answer would be 5 5/8. Let's look at an example.
Oh my gosh, bro. Don't make no sense.
She's trained.
Ooh. Oh Lordy. Alright. We finna review real quick. Alright. Was the summative hard? Was the performance task hard?
No.
They were pretty easy. You did good, Leroy. Good job.
Yeah, really good.
Here we go. Dio, I want you to start off. We finna go around the room. We just gonna review. Alright. We're gonna review for the milestones coming up. I know most of y'all want to go ahead and go up to 7th grade. I hope none of y'all get held back. You know, anybody been held back before?
No, sir.
No. It don't feel too good. I hope not. No. All right. Who going first? Leroy, come on. Come on. Let's do it, Leroy.
Is your name Gibby?
Terrible, Mark.
That's bold.
That's Gibby. That's Gibby.
That's bold.
You should try Gibby next.
We got 3/4 divided by 5/2. Keep, change, flip it. Show me what you get.
Gibby. Gibby.
Milestone prep, man. All right, now what you gonna do? Multiply straight across. Can you simplify this? What goes into 5 and 20? What goes into 5 and 20? Why can't simplify that? 2 goes into 5?
2 divided by 5.
So 2 goes
Wait,
into...
I was thinking of 2 times 5.
No. I'm saying like...
Three times two.
1.
No. Y'all remember I was talking about greatest common factor, right? Right? GCF? What's the greatest common factor of
You
5 and
right,
20?
you gotta do the
But at the same time, yeah, we had to correct that because 3 times 2 is not 5.
That is 20.
Alright, yeah, 3 times 2 is definitely 6.
That's it.
2.5.
And then you
Huh?
go
Now, yeah.
factor is.
What's the greatest common factor of 6 and 20? 2, right? So divide by 2, the top and bottom.
I just said
What you
2,
gonna get?
coach.
Thank you, Dior.
Two over here.
3
Don't feel it.
3 over
What's
10.
6 divided by 2?
3 over 10.
Remember to do it
3
up.
divided by 2 is 3 over 10. 20 divided by 2.
3 over 10.
3 over 10 is correct. Right
I
now.
said that y'all first.
Oh, it was 10. That's good.
Mine got held back.
Good job. Good job, man.
Thank you.
That's great. That's great. That's great.
I'll
That's
give you
great.
next.
Gibby.
Yeah, give it.
Michelle said she wants to give it a turn.
Oh, everybody going. Leroy already done. Good job, Leroy. You ready to give it?
They go Rebecca.
Here we go. So, go, y'all. Good. You say, man.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. We got Gibby here. Somebody throw some numbers at me.
42.
2.
6
We got 2 over what?
42.
14 divided by
42.
3 over
42.
Give me smart now.
keep change flip. Let's see what Gibby got, man. You next, Tyler.
I'm Denver. That's
You got
fine.
this, give me. Why would you put 10 and 3?
Hey, you give me a hard one.
I guess. See, that what I like. I like people who want to be challenged.
What?
Like her, she don't want to be. She don't want to be.
Gertrude,
This whole
we
little
don't.
crew right here.
I don't want to be challenged.
I'm gonna get Stanley a hard one too.
Chill out, boy.
Let's do it.
Big numbers.
I'm good now. I'm ready for this one.
It's not. What you do?
Y'all see that?
Hey,
He
Reggie.
could go smaller than
We got
that.
the milestone. We got the
I'm
milestone.
gonna start next week.
Never mind, they can't.
Here you go. Is he correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Right.
sir.
I don't
Good,
know.
Gibby.
Yes, sir. Gibby.
Tyler, let's go. Here we go. Matter of fact, I'm not even finna give him. We done with that. Multiplying divine fractions. I mean, y'all should know by now. I should know how to simplify. Real easy. Let's go to some equations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's see what y'all do here.
I know how to do
Let's
this.
go two-step here. Let's go two-step.
I know how to do this.
Man, I forgot how to do this.
You gotta do a
I
lot
know how
of
to do it, Cole. Don't worry. Don't tell her how to do it first.
What is letters and numbers?
I got you eight.
Oh, I can. You don't know.
You don't eat.
Oh, well, you quick with that. You know how to work it out? Come on, hey, hold on. You know how to work it out, though. You gotta show them how to work it out. Good. What's the inverse operation? Y'all remember that? Inverse operation? Nate,
Where are you?
Remember the operation?
Leroy. What's the inverse operation?
You got
It's the inverse operation.
Yeah, what you gotta do here?
Subtract
You got
four.
you got subtract.
Subtract 4 from both sides. Do that. See if y'all remember. Who that?
No, I didn't. I ain't doing that. Look, I swear to God, I ain't doing that now.
Subtract 4 from both sides.
Then they just
We left with 2x equals 6.
And then drop the 2 eggs.
That's right.
And then you divide it. 2
Yeah,
x
then you
equals
divide
6.
by 2.
That's right.
And
Divide by 2.
and you said L, so what? X equals 3.
You next.
Hey, you make that on my deck. I know how to do it.
That is a great job. Great job.
Huh?
Samantha, come on.
Oh, that is. This is the bottom of
Man,
my fault.
it's up there.
Watch your mouth. I want you to do one.
I got you. Let's do.
I was just playing.
Oh, I got one. Here we go.
I'm gonna get a course.
What's this?
It's a triangle.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Wait, are we doing
It's an
one A?
equilateral. It has three
Oh.
sides.
And I say,
Okay.
find the perimeter.
We only in the 6th grade.
It don't matter.
I know how to do that,
I'm
Cole.
gonna challenge y'all. So when y'all see something like this on the text, it's easy. What would the perimeter be?
16.
Huh?
The inside.
Nope.
No, the
The
inside.
perimeter is the outside.
Outside.
You add
You
everything.
like
Go.
the area.
Give me look like you know. Give me it just look like you know. I mean,
Stop.
is this something I can ask you to do for me?
I think he's 16.
The area is square. It's two.
I think
Yeah,
maybe
but we talking about perimeter. Area is square.
I do it.
What is volume?
You gotta add 4 on the other side.
Cube. That's with the little 3 at the top. The exponent of 3. What would this be?
it's a triangle. So you make
The perimeter. Let me show
On
y'all.
the other side.
Since I know y'all forgot. Look. Alright.
4 on the other side.
This is an equilateral triangle.
4 on
Yes.
I'm
Four
trying to
inside.
tell
4 plus 4 plus 4 is what? 12. The perimeter is 12. Stay up here. I'm gonna give you another.
I know that.
Y'all throw a topic at me. Throw a topic at me.
Sushi.
Square. Polynomials.
Follow what?
Polynomials.
Pythagorean. Pythagorean.
You just answered the study of topic. Did I give you the topic?
Oh, I got one. Here we go.
Pythagorean theorem.
Turn this into an improper fraction.
Oh, why are we talking like a topic?
I don't think we know that yet.
That's a mixed number. I want you to turn this mixed number into an improper fraction.
We're not doing that.
So I know how to do it.
I did math class.
That's all we've been doing. See, if you pay attention in class, you will know.
Y'all pay attention. Kill it. Do I need to use the air?
1508, is she correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright. You ready? Come on.
Hey, I go.
Go ahead.
I agree. Something.
Y'all got it, man.
You got this, Stanley.
Throw a number. Throw a number.
2,
2.
8, 5,
I want to know what.
9,
15.
Five,
6,000.
Alright, 18 over what? Small number.
2,
5.
Boom. I want you to turn this improper fraction into a mixed number.
They ain't very good with fractions, but it's good.
We're working to him, man. We're working to him. You next.
Who? I'm Michelle.
Michelle.
You got. I know the do code. I said my. I said,
So, yeah, let's see what you got, Leroy.
you got say something, bro.
Explain to him. Explain to him.
Michelle wants Pythagorean theorem.
Got your 8.
5 can go into 18 3 times.
It's 3.
What for? What is
You got it.
There you go. Hey, hold on. What do you say?
8
Hey,
3 times.
quiet.
5 can go into 18 3 times.
So what's gonna go right here? What's the whole number gonna be?
15.
3.
3. Right, 3.
Oh, yeah,
Whole number is 3.
3. 5 goes.
How many you got remaining?
That was the ugliest word.
I don't know.
30.
5 times 3. 15. How many you got remaining?
3.
What I'm doing? What did you talk about?
3.
How many you got remaining?
How many you got remaining after 5 times 3?
3.
Tree.
So after I times 5 times. I
3.
don't get what y'all saying.
Five times
Oh,
How many you got
18
remaining?
times 15.
I don't think he can
18
count that high.
times 15?
I mean, subtract.
Amir, how many you have left when
3?
you put?
3.
3.
I
So,
just
would that be your numerator or your denominator?
Like, numerator.
Numerator. And the denominator gonna stay the same, so it'll be 3/5. Good job. That's all.
Samantha, you know.
I don't
Good
think
job.
he
I
can.
know how to do it.
Michelle.
Yeah.
Leroy, you want no help, man? Sit down.
Go, Michelle. You got it. Come on. You got
Everybody go,
that.
I'm gonna give you the hardest one. I know.
I want to
I want
go.
you to be great.
Let me be great.
Somebody throw a topic at me.
Pythagorean theorem.
Equations for me.
Nah, not yet.
Corinthians.
Hypotenuse.
Hypotenuse. Hypotenuse.
Polynomial.
Let's do
Polynomial.
I'm gonna give you something easy.
What is
Alright?
this in?
Hypotenuse.
We aren't in high school yet.
Quadratic.
We aren't in, whatever.
You got this, Michelle. Like.
How?
But
Michelle.
How?
Michelle.
no, middle ground.
2x minus x equals 4.
When's sunshine?
That's too many numbers. 4.
Who's this?
I put my cell phone with Lofty.
Michelle.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Oh, negative. No, go to the other way.
I don't think
Other side,
that.
other
Me
side.
personally, I don't think that's it.
Hey, cool, I got you.
X equals 4.
Put the 4 under the 2. Put the 4 under the 2.
Oh, slow down.
What is?
Oh,
You put an X on the 4.
Alright, look. Alright, let me show you. Alright, look. This is at the beginning of the year. This is at the beginning of the year. Look, we got like terms, right? We got 2x minus x. Alright? What's understood to be in front of this x?
A 1.
1. So it's like 2 minus 1, which is what? 1x. Combine these. 1x equals 4. Divide by 1, x equals 4. That's simple. Now stay up here, I got another one.
I
You
just
got it,
said.
Michelle.
Here you are. 3/5 times 3/4.
What?
And I want you to simplify it. You tell me your shoe right now. I don't even want to look.
Y'all know y'all
9 over
twins.
20.
You know that's they twins.
Can you simplify this?
No. Wait.
What goes in 9 and 20 evenly besides 1?
The twins.
3 goes in the 20 evenly.
together.
Exactly.
Two.
Two.
Together.
Two don't go into
Exactly.
You remember give me on and give me.
Alright. Good job.
Oh,
You can't simplify. Who hasn't won yet?
Give me
Man,
on them.
Jodrick.
Who?
Jodrick.
Come on.
What?
Alright, Jodrick, show me
Yeah.
something. Jodrick.
What's he? What's he?
Alright, chill. Okay, hold on.
I'm on the highest standard. I can't add out no sixth grade.
There you go.
I'm on the highest standard.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm a sixth grade, but I'm on the highest standard. I can't add like that.
Look how you dress.
And
Personality, independent learning.
Your auntie.
Michelle, hand me that mathematics book.
My teacher said.
The mathematics book.
Alright, we're gonna do some auto
Mine
operations.
green one.
Tell me what they do.
But they took
let me write down my what you call it. Right?
PIMDAS. What does PIMDAS mean?
Use my
Please excuse
Can we do?
my
Can we do?
dear
And-
Aunt Saturday. Let me teach y'all on this. I'm the teacher right here now.
Parentheses first.
Parentheses first.
Stand for must.
So Stop it, so childish. And like on
Alright, so what we gonna do first? What we gonna do first?
Oh, man. See,
3
you
times
gotta
7.
know the rules.
And then we do 2 to 1.
You know.
You don't need to know the rules.
First of all, I don't even think that's what you do first.
Exactly.
Parentheses, you gotta do that time. What
Alright, what's next? What's
Yeah,
next?
how you gonna tell me?
See
What's
what's
next?
going on in your function.
And then we do a 3 times 4. And I got
What?
3 times 4.
Let him do it. You know
You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing.
No, go. I'm out wrong.
You got
Hey,
it.
this
You
thing
got
has
it.
logarithmic
Turn
functions.
off first, right?
You look like my
This is Tommy.
Your name's
Hey, Tommy.
Keep going.
His name is Tyler.
Hey, man, hey, focus,
Well,
bro.
you know I'm
Can you go?
Focus, man.
Alright, finish up. 3 times. Nigga, shut up.
This has logarithmic functions.
Rodrigo. Rodrigo.
No, her name
Hey, man.
is
Michelle,
Listen,
I
listen.
know you ain't talking.
Go, Bob.
Listen.
Concentrate.
I'm writing you up as well. You just use a bad word. As soon as you come up, you just had to be the one. Sit down. Why you think I ain't calling you the whole time? Sit down. Sit down.
Nigga, shut up.
Hey, go ahead. Step out. Please leave. You go straight to the office.
22.
We'll talk about this tomorrow. Alright, guys. I'm behind the list.
I forgot my roll.
Hey, now don't worry about that. We'll get to it later. Don't you worry about it.
See, that's
Last one. Now you win yet? You win yet. Then you'll be the last one.
Rodrigo, did you go?
Rodrigo ain't go. 9 squared minus 7. Real smooth, man. Order of operations. You know what to do first. 9 to the second power?
That's 9 times 8. It's 18. It is 18. 9 times 2.
That's an exponent.
You said 81. It's 81.
So 81 minus 7, right? Alright, what's 81 minus 7?
You the 81. You going to see it. You can do the
Y'all sure y'all ready for milestone, man?
Yes.
Lord have mercy. What's 81 minus 7?
73.
What? 74.
He was close. Yeah, it's 74.
Alright, let's go.
No.
Last 2 people, man. Last 2 people.
Hey, I'm not doing it.
I was using numbers
and stuff. I'll give you easy.
I want to go outside.
I'll give you something that you can do. Come on.
Okay. I like mathematics.
Alright. You ready?
It's a teacher's edition. It has logarithmic functions.
Give her a two-step.
2-step equation.
Let me see.
I got you.
If you get it wrong, you will. I got your back. I got your back, baby.
2.
Hey, this is not your turn. She gotta work it out.
It's two.
Go ahead, wait. Let me see you work it out. You gotta be able to show your work.
Oh, that's how you get to work.
You gotta show your work.
The last step
Divide
on
by
the
what? There you go.
Why that?
There you
You so
go.
loose.
So what would the answer be? Good.
Make it off that telegram.
That's a great job. Last person, you gonna get the hardest one. Hey, this is some good review, man. Y'all gonna remember some of this stuff.
Your name is Video.
It's the hardest one. You do.
Randy. Go Randy. Brenda, give me on the.
All right, here we go.
Brandon like Sandy.
Oh. What's that name to be?
Sandy Squirrel.
1,
Sandy cheese.
Sandy cheese.
Right? I call it Sandy Squirrel.
I can't knock the window.
Remember, the first thing you gotta do, turn that next number into an improper fraction.
Why he still at them? Can I go?
I see
I thought he
nothing.
would have been playing.
Don't worry about it. You just can't use certain type of words, guys. In class.
Yeah.
That's his culture.
We got a pin.
His phone got a pin.
We got a pin with this phone.
That's other girl.
Oh, man, you got that wrong.
That's a cool. Like the cop one up.
Oh, God, man. Hey, look at this. I can write my name.
You write your name?
Look.
That's crazy.
Very
You
good.
got one of these?
Ooh. What you got one of these two?
How many times 28 going to 56?
But you got.
Hey,
Oh,
it's 10.
28 going to 56. How many times?
It's 2.
What is? Hey, what's 56 divided by 28?
Oh, two.
Y'all pack your stuff up. Let's do it. Let's get out of here.
Let's ditch them.
Y'all have a great weekend. Be prepared for milestones on Monday.
Hey guys.
Wait on that math for